Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the third episode of Kenja no Mago. Now, last episode, we actually got fully into the academy. You know, Shane really showed off in that practical exam, just completely wrecking everyone else. Everyone else was kind of a joke. A funny one, but a joke nonetheless. And he got like, I think he was like the top scorer probably. I know he ended up in the S class, I remember that much for sure. And there's this one guy who's kind of a douchebag that was the real antagonist of the episode, but we more or less dealt with him. But there's also this cool blonde guy that was like Og, like Prince August, something like that. He's cool. He's friends with Shane. It's all good. We also have some clothes enchanting, like, well, re-enchanting, because the previous enchantment just wasn't good enough, you know. No offense to whoever did it, but it just wasn't on our level. So, but yeah, everyone kind of got that. Everyone important aside from Maria, who just didn't really want it at all. But you know, that's fair enough. She gave a decent reason for that. It's all about what you value, I guess. But yeah, let's just get into this episode and see where we're going today. 3, 2, 1, play. See, my webcam footage was off. Okay. Decent advice. Okay. He seems to know. So that's what that is. Okay. Sorry for what? Being so short? Being so cute? Oh, well, that's fine. No trouble at all, I'm sure. Yeah, he... Wow, really? I don't think he really looks like that. uh... and Maria the third wheel. Yeah, I know what you... I get it. I definitely get it. Wise man's grandchild. But, yeah, we see how she sees Shin and how he sees her, I guess. I love the RPG Maker level of graphics in the background. It's nice. This is a boar. Remember, kids? Oh, this is a real boar. Have fun with that. You know, I'm kind of curious what that's about. Does a boar like her? A bit too much? Not cute when a guy does it. uh, Maria. Why are you not the main love interest? I still wonder that. Nothing against Shisali, but I don't get it. I think I don't get the choice. You gotta love the obvious bad guys in the background of that shot. Well, not really the background, you know what I mean. That's what it's like to be the anime protagonist. Well, of course, that's your character. Good morning, classmates. How are you today? Oh. Okay. Good for you. Yeah, you're fine. Maybe she was busy. Alice, I should be able to remember that. That's a fine reason. Alice Corner. That's the name. Alice, go in the corner. Yeah, pay attention to class, everyone. Well, of course. That's very important in a school. Sort of, I guess. Yes. Okay. The self-improvement club over there. Yeah, obviously the attack one would be the one to join. I bet you would, dude. I'm sure you would. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, go for it. So yourself. No kidding. Really? Isn't your last name the name of the academy? Yeah, that's of course what it is. That's a very telling face. Alice. Whatever one you're joining, Alice. You know, I thought Shishali was short, but wow, Alice. That would be interesting. Well, I guess we're just kind of going along with this. I'm sure there'd be lots of girls in it. Of course you would. Jesus, that woman. I didn't quite catch her name. I was a bit distracted, but... Sounds a lot like a club. I mean, an advisor? Of course. This is basically a club. That's exactly what it is. Of course, I would expect no less. And Maria, what about you? It does, unless you have very different interests. But otherwise, yeah, it makes sense. Uh, yeah. Euro study group. Sounds alright. You would know a lot about that. Well, maybe. That's interesting. I don't think he's... That sounds pretty cool, actually. But anyway, I don't think Sheehan's really on board for much of this. It sounds cool. I would make it. I would join it. Wow, Alice, you were adorable. Why are you not the main love interest? It is, dude. Just accept it. Oh, that's why I had a hair in my nose, so I was itching so much. Neither am I don't feel too bad. Slight but existent, okay. Okay, then what do we do about this? It almost seems deliberate. Yeah. I think it could be. I think it could be. Demon Hunter Society. That sounds like quite the society to be a part of. It depends. Am I in trouble? Yeah. As always, he's just angry. Uh... Quite a boy you raised. He just really needs a good spanking. That's really what it comes down to. Uh... How dare he get in the way of that? Oh, there we go. Good job. Seriously, good job on that. I really didn't think we'd actually get to see that. I'm really happy with that decision. I would have also kicked him a couple times when he was on the ground, but that's just me. You know, you do you. He just seems like a spoiled brat to me, but maybe there's something supernatural going on, like with the demons corrupted him, but doesn't have to be the case. Yeah, we're at a loss about why he's so bad. Yeah, so they definitely seem to be implying there might be something else going on. Well, that's probably it then. You should probably check out that lab. Or Strom himself. Or both. Okay. Well, apparently not everyone did. I'd no might to it, I'm sure he was. That's not familiar at all to you? Yeah, I think he knows about that. He's trying to. Yeah, this guy doesn't look evil at all. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those shows I have difficulty remembering names in. Well, yeah, because he was misbehaving, so. He clearly took that to heart. You're not a good influence on him. Well, then maybe you should fight him. Then he can beat you up. I want him to try. I do want him to try. You know, you guys probably shouldn't have let this guy in there. Just saying. You know, when they said he wore an eye patch over both eyes, I was imagining like two different, like, you know, typical looking eye patches. But that would have looked silly, so I'm glad that's what it actually is. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, Kurt is gonna be back, and he is. Oh, yeah, that's what it comes down to. I still love the looks Maria gives. That's true. Wow. That we do. Okay, don't light up the whole room. Oh, you're pretty cute. Yeah, not exactly subtle. He is quite bold. Well, this getting awkward. Well then. Very true. Yeah, I'm sure I can find them. Well, you can, I guess, but don't think that's a universal thing. Well, you know, Shin might have had some experience with that. Yeah, not the most pleasant thing. That's what he's saying. 10? Yeah, 10. All together now. Yeah, no big deal, you know, as you do. As any 10-year-old would do. What, is that impressive or something? A nice little list of names there. Not that I'm gonna remember most of them, but... Yeah, we're gonna do that thing. Yeah. Oh. Oh, is Kurt here? I think he might be around here somewhere. That might be him over there. Wow. Slow down, I can't... Okay, yeah, it's on. It's on now. Come on. Yeah, get in there. Not even any beginning battle banter. Just right into there. Yeah, I gave you this universe for a reason. Wow, he just keeps blowing fire. Ow! How powerful was that attack? Gotta love auto heal. Yeah, if you couldn't completely defend it, that must be pretty powerful. Apparently he broke out. Yeah, that was legit death attack. You seem upset about something. Do you want to talk about it? Maybe we could have a rational discussion? No? Okay. I don't think so. That's pretty disgusting at this point. Uh, oh god. Yes. I think you may have need to go to a hospital. Uh, yeah, we gotta stop him here if we can. I know the truth kind of hurts, but yes. Yeah. Well, he has the best chance against him, and he's where his focus is, so yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, tell a teacher, then they can give him detention. That'll stop him. Okay, now we can go all out. I mean, he was already going all out, but now it's more even. He doesn't worry about defending them. Oof. Come on, yeah, shoot at him. Oof. Well, I mean, doesn't look like he did a lot of damage. Yeah, there's no control here. Well, he does seem to have lost most of his reason. It's not like he has a very large vocabulary. Oof. Lightning. That should do it. Yes. You've been struck by lightning. Okay, but do we have to? Can't we just, like, kill him? Seems easier. I guess you could try this if you really want to. Is he gonna blow up? Yeah, we might want to stop him from that. Well, that didn't do much. Maybe we could put him in like a bubble? A dome? Something? Or teleport him away with the gate, maybe? Bring him somewhere deserted? Or you could just stab him with a sword, that works. Like, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. There's nothing to forgive. Did we chop him in half? Tell me we chopped him in half. Oh, looks like we went for the neck. That's okay too. I'll accept that. Oh wow, did the head? Oh god, his head actually came off. He wasn't messing around. That's not a bad person to start with. I kind of thought that attack wouldn't end up doing much, but then his head rolled off, and my opinion on that changed. Well, I dealt with it, guys. I'm pretty surprised he actually killed him. Especially with all that talk you heard earlier about him wanting to save him. You know, I can't really say anything because I was pushing for this end result, but, you know, now that we actually got it, I almost regret it. This is just kind of awkward now. Well then, that ended very differently than I thought it would. To the point where I'm really taken aback. Like seriously, when he started to talk about, oh, he's not fully demon yet, maybe I could do something about this. I thought he was. I thought he would manage something, that he would like be cleansed, fall down to his knees, apologize for his behavior, and it would be resolved. That's what I thought would happen after he started talking about that stuff. But then he said that we wouldn't be able to do that. You know, and even after he grabbed the sword, I still thought we were probably going to have something similar to what I just said, but no, he completely gave up on that idea and went for the kill. That was pretty cool, pretty unexpected. And if I knew he would actually end up doing that, I wouldn't have pushed for that end result as much. Like, I can still accept that end result, don't get me wrong, but... I guess my point is, it's one thing to say, yeah, kill him, he's a bad person, and then it's another thing to actually see his head roll off. I guess what I'm trying to say. Well, this is over there. I mean, we took care of it. Yes, yes, he did. Well, no, not him. It was Shin. Yes, the credit for this kill was definitely Shin. Yes, give him praise. Shin, Shin, Shin. That look on Shisali's face. Probably. He's such a troll. Okay. Yeah, that was the third episode of Kenja no Mago. And what happened in the earlier portion of the episode? I kind of forget now after everything that happened. Oh yeah, we were establishing our club. Yeah, apparently they have these. I think they call them study groups, but it's basically a club. This whole you need 5 members and a club advisor. It's a club. It's basically a club for all intents and purposes. And we had a discussion about what we would join, and then Sheen was kind of pushing and making his own the ultimate something something study group. I don't remember exactly what it was called. I remember the word ultimate because that was a real sticking point for it. But we kind of once had some back and forth about what the club would be, what it would be called, and Sheen didn't seem to be particularly enthusiastic about any of it. But the teacher was excited to be the advisor, so just one of those situations where you just kind of roll with it. There's also Alice. We probably met her before, but she really made an impression on me this episode, and she's really cute. I like her. Of course, a blonde-haired girl's named Alice. Well, in anime, why wouldn't she be? That's to be expected. But we also had some council meetings about the uprising. Well, not uprising. The increase in demon population, basically. So that's a bit of a concern. They were implying that there could be some man-made element to this, and some doubt if that's the case. But if they bother to bring it up, it's definitely the case. Let's be honest. And probably, what was his name? I wrote down everyone else's name this episode except for his. But the teacher that corrupted Kurt. The blind man. That guy. He's probably has a lot to do with that. He might not be the overall mastermind of that thing, but he's probably involved in it. Well, he's definitely involved in it because he turned Kurt into a demon, so we know for a fact he's involved with it. I don't even know why I started it that way. But yeah, he's definitely involved in it. And yeah, at first, previous episode, I just thought Kurt was just a very entitled, spoiled brat type character that thinks the world belongs to him because he was born into the right family, like that kind of character. And that is true to an extent, but there is definitely a more supernatural element to it, which they kept implying. They progressively implied that more and more. You started to suspect that with the way he interacted with the father. The father very much seemed kind of shocked by this behavior. And if he's always been this bad, it doesn't make sense for the father to have that sort of reaction, that sort of shock and wow, are you really my son sort of thing that he had going on there. That's when he started to suspect there may be something else going on with it. Because, people do end up like that, but it's usually a more subtle and progressive thing where there was clearly a spike in this attitude with this person, and it was the reason belonged to that one teacher. So anyway, he got punished for that. The evil teacher showed up, basically finished him off as far as his, sanity goes, his reasoning, going full demon, and said, yeah, that guy, he's literally the reason for all of your problems. If he was dead, the world would be your oyster. Everything else would go just fine. It's just him that's the problem. So kill him, everything will be great. So you should probably go do that. It's you're right, I think I'll go do that. Then he escaped somehow and went to go do that. And yeah, he was pretty powerful. That fire blast actually injured Sheen's hands a decent amount. Good thing he has, auto heal. That's always something you want to put skill points into in your skill tree. It usually pays for itself pretty nicely. So yeah, once everyone was out of the way, he was able to not hold back anymore and actually fight him. Once he got to that point, Kurt was no real challenge for Sheen at all. Only reason why the fight lasted as long as it did is because he didn't want to kill him. Of course he doesn't. He's never killed a person before. So he didn't want to do that. However, once he got into explosion mode, Sheen realized, okay, I need to deal with this now. I can't dilly-dally anymore. I can't fight for some theoretical ideal scenario for this. I gotta deal with it now. And he did. He just ran over there and swoosh with his blade. Blood spurted out. And I expected him to fall over. I did not expect the head to come off. It did. Even after I saw blood squirt out, part of me still thought maybe he would have some sort of demonic regen and get back up. But again, I saw the head roll and that changed that pretty quickly. And you just, like I said, the scene ended so much differently than I expected. I wasn't even sure how to process it. This did not strike me at all as that kind of show where he would just swoof off with the head. Okay, problem resolved. I just didn't expect that at all, really. So the show's pretty good at surprising me. I'll give it that. It definitely is the case. And that was a real important plot stuff. But we also had a little bit of lovey-dovey stuff between. She's silly. I kind of struggle with her name, but yeah, her and Sheen are clearly working on being a couple. They're not one quite yet, but they clearly like each other. They gave each other googly eyes pretty early on in the episode, much to Maria's discontent, which was funny. I love her little disgust, looks full of disgust, that sort of thing. That's funny, but yeah, they clearly like each other, especially in the case of she's silly. She's pretty obvious about that. While all this talk about walking home and so disappointed when that wouldn't be happening anymore. And she's like, yes, we should totally keep doing that. It makes sense, you know, because we live near each other. It's all good. So that was pretty funny. I do enjoy those little bits quite a bit. And yeah, just the orange-haired girl is very stacked. I want to point that out real quick as well. Just more so than any other character. She's just really out there with that. I needed to point that out real quick. I do like the character design of that evil teacher. He looks pretty cool. I think that's all. I think that's it for what I said, for what I had to say on this episode. Just Maria's faces give me life. I still think Maria is probably best girl. Alice is great too. Alice is going on me pretty quickly, but right now I would consider Maria to be best girl still. So Alice could definitely take that from her. She doesn't have screen time to really showcase what she's got. But right now it's Maria. Yeah. Good episode. Definitely a good episode. I think this anime is going to be better than some people kind of thought it would, so hopefully people do give it a try, you know, despite how generic it looks at first glance. And it definitely has its generic aspects, no doubt about that, but I think it is better than a lot of people probably assumed after giving a quick glance at the cover art and the synopsis. Some of those people might be surprised that it's a little bit better than expected. You know, I know that I am. So, yeah, I'm enjoying the show. Definitely not in my top 5 or anything, you know. Definitely not that, but I think it's enjoyable enough to continue with so far, so, you know, let's see if that continues to be the case. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.